Hey guys, BJ back with another deck guide, and actually I couldn't believe it when I was looking at this, but I'm actually bringing you my very first Junith deck guide. I've not done a Junith deck guide since Sisters came out, so this is a first for the channel. So I thought, as it's first, I spice it up a little bit. I'm going to bring you some really good insights into how to play Junith right now, and I'm actually going to show you two decks. So the first one I'm going to show you, let's dive in, is the Junith Grind deck. Now, this deck is, well, let's start with the fact that we've just had a slight nerf, right? So the season balance patch has just kicked in. And the only thing that kind of got changed is that Erika's ability now costs 5 faith instead of 4 to deploy an extra sister. Okay, now because of that, previously I was running 1 prayer in here, and what I've done is I've added 2, because I think the extra prayer now is really critical, because before, when you only needed 4 faith, you could basically just play a relic of St. Catherine, and then you could start triggering your abilities, your double sisters per turn. By having prayer, we're more likely to get that extra 1 that we need in the early game. So that was like one of the main changes that we played. And then other than that, what we were basically doing is countering the meta quite hard with double Archer Flagellant, having things like Spirit of the Martyr, just loads and loads of great board clear stuff there. Obviously, if we really want, we can even use things like Rite of Restoration on a Archer Flagellant, so that's quite funny. And on top of that, you've still got your things like your Cleansing Flames and stuff, so tons and tons. Even like things like playing Death Cult Assassin, so that you can kind of like Flagellant at the same time as your Death Cult Assassin. And then obviously once we have got our faith up, we're playing 2 sisters a turn, guys, and like the ability to just generate faith from that is insane. But even without the faith mechanic, if you just think about the idea that for 2 energy, imagine Gazgul back in December, like when he used to play 2 grots, for 2 energy you get to put 2 of those down. Like, you get 6 health worth of bodies for 2 energy. You get 4 damage for 2 energy. That's absolutely insane. So sometimes you do have to kind of like know when to not pray and to actually just use them for value trading, you know, as kind of like 2 attack units, because for 2 energy that's really good value. And you can really just outgrind most decks in the game, to be honest. Obviously, when you get into the late game, you've got things like the Divine Intervention, and they're even curving out with Triumph for St. Catherine and Exorcist for some really potent endgame. In addition to that, we run the Miraculous Feat, which is absolutely superb. The buff that this got a couple of seasons ago, where now it only costs 3 faith to get invulnerable to your next 10. It's one of the best cards in the faction. Insane. It's why we run both the Celestian Sacrosanct and also a Crusader, because we can put the invulnerable on them if we don't want to put it on Junith herself. So this is a super powerful deck. Junith Grind. We'll have a look at a game with this, and then I'm going to show you another deck. So jump into this second. This is going to be a very quick game, guys. This is going to be a very quick game. Alright, because this is going to kind of show you what the early game can do. So in this match, we kept the prayer, and we kept Flagellant. We drew the Crusader. So, we play our sister, and we pray on ourselves. He's got this awkward. You always give your opponent an awkward. I generally, when I'm playing against it, I hit Junith. But he's actually chosen, obviously, with having Imotek's ability, he can clear the sister. So he's chosen to kind of do that and let me have the 1. So what we're going to do this time is just basically play another sister. Do the same again. And this time he goes, okay, I can't keep doing that all day and just giving you faith. Okay, he uses his defense strat. Now, on 4, this is where we can really have some fun. Because we can play the sister and we can play prayer as well. So now we can heal this one back up. This is the problem when you leave one of these on 1. We can use Junith to heal it, and then she can use her own ability to heal her back to full. And now we can put the prayer on that as well, giving her like a decent value body some protection. So this ends up shielded, and now we've got 2 units that are praying. He wants to get his Implacable Conqueror off. That's why he played the defense last turn. Okay, but that is a bad time to take off tempo, although he can cancel one of those at least. That means we're going to get another one coming through. Now, because that's come through, now the Crusader's online with the 3 faith. So now we just drop another hero power, drop the Crusader. That's going to block things, and then we can basically just go ahead and pray with everything. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And potentially we'd be on 7 faith at the end of this turn. Bearing in mind we are now sitting on a relic as well. Okay. Nice defensive play. It's not really helping you to address this board. And that doesn't stop faith either, but it does get rid of the shield. And so, start of our turn, boom, we're up to a mighty 7 faith, 6 faith at 6E, and he just resigns. So that rally just really shows you like how insane your openings can be if you place things in the right order. I think he made a mistake on the first turn as well, potentially. I think he should have probably just tried to deny the faith, but you can really snowball quick. Now we are going to play some live games, but I did say I was going to show you another version as well, and I'm calling this version Conviction, and I got this from my teammate in the Alliance, Shrigma Mail, and he's built a slightly different build, and to be honest, it might be even better. So he's cut the Saint Celestium. You'll see we don't have the Crusader, we don't have the 6-drop Vanguard in here either, and also he doesn't run, we don't run the Dark Cultists in this one. Instead we run the old Celestian. Okay, now interesting thing about the Celestians instead of the Cultists is that it means we have our 3-drop, which you need. So you're kind of saying, do you want the Blade, do you want Celestian, or do you want the Cultist? We have our 3-drop, and we have our Vanguard, which obviously we can combo with Miraculous Feat. It's kind of covering 2 bases in one. Now it does only have 1 melee attack, and what I like about the Death Cult Assassins is they're better against Swarmlord in Abaddon, and Chaos in particular, obviously with all the melee attack stuff. So Celestian does lose out a little bit there. But having the Vanguard is really helpful for helping your Lord Junith and your Battle Sister that you played in the first turn to potentially get a prayer off early. And like I said, in the late game, this has insane synergy with Miraculous Feat. Other than that, things are pretty much the same. We've got the double Devout Warriors in there. We've still got the Hollow Martyrs, and we've still got the Flagellant. The biggest difference beyond the ones that I've mentioned is that we do run double Conviction of Faith. Now, I can tell you guys that the buff that the Beacon of Faith got is absolutely insanely good. It's so goddamn good. And I almost feel like by doubling up on the Conviction of Faith, it does mean that we can just have some really good turns. We can play this on E5 with our Warlord power, or if we just need a turn where we almost need to like not take much damage, you just play this and give everything armor to, and it's really frustrating for your opponent. So yeah, I mean, you could drop 1 Conviction of Faith and you could fit back in a, if you really want to have the kind of surprise win con, you could fit back in the, what's it called, Fiery Conviction. I do like this card. It's a nice finisher, but it can be a card that just sits in your hand for a long time. So if you wanted to put that in, you could put that back in. But I'm going to show you a game now with this deck, and then we're going to play a couple of live games as well. So here we go. This one's against Mortar, who is currently top or second on ladder. He's trying out a Magus deck. So I think we actually decide to keep that hand. So we play a Sister and we do our prayer on ourselves again. Usual standard stuff. But this time you see Mortar does stop the Faith rather than attacking Sister. This is where the Celestian comes in. So we can play the Celestian, pray now with the other two, and he can't get to those with a physical attack. So he plays, obviously this is a problem. Now we could take it out with the flames, but obviously poison supplies is very horrible against Faith. So we have to get rid of that. So instead we just get rid of that, and then we just play another sister. It's E4, curves out nicely. And this time we use Junith to heal up the Celestian. And Celestian obviously prays to give herself a shield. And this sister prays as well. And all of a sudden, like in the last game, we've got this snowball effect going on. And it's like, what am I going to do in terms of, I'm going to stop this Faith. So no relics needed here. Okay, underground network, nice. So full-on sabotage deck it looks like. And again, we can't afford to have poison supplies in hand when we're praying with all these units. So no Astrid for us this turn. Instead, we'll just continue to build the board. Now we have got 4 Faith. So notice we only get 1 sister. Pre-patch we would have got 2 there. We only get 1. We're going to trade with our Lord this time. There's no point healing Celestian here, because if you can ping the shield off at 2 health, he can obviously just get rid of that with his Lord anyway. So that's why I decided to trade with the Lord. And now look guys, we've got 3 units that are praying. One of them is vanguarded with a shield. So quite a bit of resource gone into just getting rid of that one. There's still 2 here that are praying, so up we go. Are we up to 6? Yes we are. It's like we're up to 6 Faith. So now, because we're not playing a spell, you don't get rid of the sabotage this turn. We just drop Astrid. And now, seeing that we have a board, we're just going to go full-on mental praying here. Divine shields and everything. So, no easy target now for you to get your stun off. What are you going to do? So he plays the Metamorph Icon Bearer, fill in his hand, but obviously he's got 1 left. Whenever you see 1 left with GSC, that usually means this guy's coming, and he obviously gives flank and buff. So nice trade there. But what's he going to do about this board? Well, he's going to get the best trade that he can. We still have 3 units praying, and we're up to 9 Faith. So Divine is online. We are going to get rid of the jammed communications this turn because we're going to use the Rite of Restoration. And look who's back. Astrid's back. Not that we really need her because we have 9 Faith, right? So at this point, like, I just actually start attacking because I'm like, I don't need any more Faith points. And I've got 7 damage staring him in the face here for no return, so I'll take that. Start threatening to actually end the game. Okay, so he basically plays the impenetrable Vanguard. Trick I'm particularly fond of. So we just say, okay, what we'll do is we'll just take this turn to build the best bloody board we can. So we can draw Conviction, play another Lead the Righteous, and we just drew Beacon of Faith. So we're just going to, now we are getting 2 sisters, we're just going to pray it with everything, give everything shield. And now we're going to play Beacon for full Mama Jamma boosts. Look at that board. GG. Honestly, just really nasty. So we're going to play another game with Conviction. I actually think that, you know, potentially having the buff is good, but this is a bit more of like a slow grind type of version. Oh no, Uriel! I'm not pleased about seeing Uriel. So Relic is going to be really important here. I don't think we want the Rite of Restoration in hand, and I don't think we want the Devout Warriors in hand.
With holy fire you shall be cleansed. Swords of
Did... Oh, do you know what? Oh no, we didn't need the +1 because we've got the prep. That's right. Oh, Uriel is going to be absolutely horrendous. I can remember when Sisters first came out and I was trying to practice the mechanic and I drew like 6 Uriel bots in a row. Just like... just smash me there. I was like, I want to try some prey mechanic. What's going on? Oh, that's funny, man. Okay, so...
I have seen worse. I have vanquished worse.
Could have used this there to actually get a sister out. Potentially, that potentially was the play. I'm looking at that giant for St. Catherine though, fancying that on E7. Then again, just get hard removaled. Threw away the Rite of Restoration. Not sure about that. Oh. It'd help if I ended the turn, right? Sorry.
We are his sword. We are his wrath.
Yeah, this is super annoying. Okay, we'll just take the turn off. So we're up to 4. Now this is where obviously pre-patch we would obviously now have our Warlord talent fully online. We still need 1 more faith, so that's where Prey comes in. Okay, this is online. Ah, I should have healed. Oh, that was a massive misplay. I should have healed here because obviously now he can just use his Warlord power to clear that. Just force him to spend the 2 energy. Ah, that was a misplay. I should have definitely healed it and made him attack with his face. Okay. Not sure why I didn't just heal myself there, but never mind. This turn we could get Catherine out if we want. I do kind of feel like against Uriel that getting Catherine out without Rite of Restoration is a bit of a mistake. There are other good value players, like we've got the Zephyrins, and we've also got Exorcist that can benefit from it. Hallowed Martyrs is a nice counter to his Warlord power. Definitely going to want to make use of that. The dream would be to see Rite of Restoration here. exactly that reason. Come on, Rite of Restoration. 5% chance we get it. Oh, there it is. If you just want it bad enough, guys. If you want it bad enough, you can have it. Now, question is, he's disconnected. He's just gone. He's had enough. To be fair, don't blame him. Oh boy, we're about to beacon there. Yeah. I think that may well have just made him a little bit salty. And if he watches the video, it'll make him even more salty when he realises that I top decked it. Well, actually, he probably knows I top decked it if he was watching cards. Okay. Another big win for the sisters. Deck's on fire. And that's against Uriel, and bearing in mind Uriel is horrible for this deck. Horrible. Okay, Swarmlord. It's actually not a bad hand against Swarmlord, I think. Do we Acid Rain? I think we do, right, because we've got things like Hallowed Martyrs and that's just absolutely insane. And like, he can kill our 3 health units anyway. So I think we do benefit more. Massive Rain, and obviously Cleansing Flames and now doing 4 damage to adjacent units, which is another pretty cool thing. Okay, so we're going to play another one of these. I'm actually not going to do Devout Warriors. Am I? Not yet, nah. E4 looks good for me. Do we want to use flames here? I have to play Relic on 6. Maybe Relics now then. full health. I aim for 2, right? That's going to do 3. This is vulnerable. Then the thing's going to do 4, 5. Not quite going to be dead. Ugh. Frustrating. Frustrating. Yeah. The acid rain's an issue though for him, right? He's trying to preserve Broodlord best he can. This is just gonna have to trade 1 for 1, I think. Oh no. Oh, do I have 1 for 1? Interesting.
We have no time to hesitate.
I have seen worse. I have vanquished worse.
I think what we do here is hit here. I think we just pray him, I think. Could do another 3 damage. Guard. Okay. Gonna need to find my AoE triggers. Oh, there we go. There we go. Bells. I'll do it. Got him. Got him. Feels good, man. Feels good. Yeah, acid rain when you've got things like Hallowed Martyrs is just, oh, it's such a punish for the Tyranids. It really is such a punish for the Tyranid player. Okay, Aun'va. Don't want either of you. We'll keep the prayer. I think Solar Eclipse is fine. So I think deck that would be time. I don't think there is, right? I think that's fine.
With holy fire you shall be cleansed.
You will embrace the Aun'va and be destroyed.
Okay. Cooking with gas, boys and girls. We're getting a prey off with this on Vanguard is super nice. Okay, can clear that though, so that's good for him.
We have no time to hesitate.
Ring's not massively useful here. She is definitely going to be able to disrupt everything. Is that right? I'm not sure about this. I mean, the thinking is like we obviously could have cleared this. He does have to trade, and now we're making him like take one of his hits into my face, which he probably doesn't want to have to do this turn. And then the unit he wants to clear has now got a shield on, and it's actually bigger in the trade war than it would have been if I'd just attacked. So that's my thinking. I don't know whether that is good logic, to be honest. Let me know in the comments what you think, what you've done. Yeah, would you have made that play? Would you have gone different? Kind of interested to know what people would have done there. Okay, this is definitely not prey turn. For the Emperor. It's tricky versus Tau because you kind of got to keep up with their tempo. You kind of got to balance like when to trade and when to pray. Oh, this is nice though. Got a very nice answer into this. Not only have we got a nice answer into it, but we've also then got a nice Rite of Restoration the following turn. Could we need it? Okay, we'll do this. So now this is awkward for him. He can't take that out with that. He's got the easy trade here, but he takes the most damage. But he wants to hit this and disrupt, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think that's quite a... It's a bit more of an awkward board state. Depends what he's got from hand, of course. Oh man, the +1 would be so nice here. What we can do... Ah. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna chill. No! We're just gonna chill. We're gonna play this. And we're just gonna kill this guy off. It's fine. We can slow play it. We got 9 faith up now. Triumph is going to be lovely. Really want to save Rite of Restoration for that. In our duty and our choices. Fight the fight. The greater good is our duty and our privilege. Oh, I thought I could play this. Okay, that wasn't the best. Never mind. Okay, that was a terrible turn. That was a terrible turn. I thought I was playing Sync after Triumph. I thought it was E9. We should have played the power and then used Conviction. That's a shame. Now then, do we want to go conviction here? Or do we want to go beacon? I think we got conviction.
I cannot do that.
Oh, why did he do that?
Stealth team in position, awaiting orders.
Sure, I understood that one. To be honest. Not just because he had that, maybe. Okay.
Martyred matriarch, grant us thy protection.
I just realised we had lethal, didn't we, with that? Oh boy, I just missed lethal. Oh well. We're having fun with our new toys. Let's just have fun with our toys. And lose to Storm of Fire. God damn it. That was so bad. That was so bad. We just completely missed lethal. Oh dear. Storm of Fire. Oh dear. Oh dear. How not to play Warpforge, boys. Have a game won. Don't sabotage the way I did. Followed Martyrs to the rescue though. He's like, wait a minute, what order do I need to do this in? Do-do-do. Nice try, dude.
All is lost here.
That was funny.
None who are wise are not.
That was funny. I don't know if I actually like played the game properly. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Alright, so there we go, guys. There's the deck. I mean, I really do think Junith's in a great position at the minute. I think both of these versions are really, really strong. So yeah, like I say, you could easily swap one of the Convictions of Faith out for the 4-drop if you want the extra reach on the wing con. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think to my shocking gameplay, and and what you think to the deck. And yeah, I hope you like this one, guys. If you do, feel free to like and subscribe. I am trying to get a little bit more streaming done, especially now we've moved to this new ladder system. So I generally will be doing more deck guides earlier in the season and then streaming. I think that's the way it's going to go. So yeah, you can support the channel. We've got Twitch Prime up on there. Obviously we've got the Guild Wardens on the YouTube where you can get access to early content. And yeah, generally just spread the word, like, comment, all that good stuff, feed the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the ladder.